Every year, almost without fail, there's an indie roguelike that comes out and takes the gaming world by surprise. But this year, things have been a bit different. Games have been doing alright, but there hasn't been that stellar title that knocks everyone on their ass. Yet. Hey there friends, it's Codiak here, one half of the team behind Legacy Gaming, and today we're on the hunt for the best indie game of 2021, and a small studio called Acid Nerve may just have the game for us. Today, we're checking out Death's Door. I want to be incredibly clear, Death's Door isn't exactly a roguelike. The developers have said so themselves, but the truth is that term alongside roguelite just gets confused so often that it's almost impossible to nail down its actual meaning. Regardless of the label, there are a few things that have helped define the genre over the years. The first is an isometric perspective, and while not required, that top-down view gives players a clear picture of the battlefield while not giving away all the secrets of the world. Additionally, and almost essentially, there is a snappy dodge roll mechanic. This has become an absolute staple over the years, and combined with snappy movement controls, it's a key feature of most of these action titles. Honestly, I could go on for 20 minutes diving into some of the accompanying systems that make indie roguelites what they are, but the reason you're here, I think, is to learn more about Death's Door. The team behind the game, Acid Nerve, is made of just 2 developers, and from what I can tell, what they've managed to create is pretty spectacular. You play as a crow. Yep, you heard me right. And your job is, as a reaper, to go into a strange world where nothing dies unless it's killed. It's a strange concept, I know, but we're just getting started. The entire game is dark, but shockingly vibrant at the same time. Reaping is just your day job, and in the reveal trailer, the developer set up this kind of mundane atmosphere around the entire experience. You ride to work on a bus, pass through some half-assed security, get an assignment from your boss who barely pays any attention to you. It's a pretty hilarious juxtaposition from the vivid action that will no doubt dominate your gameplay experience. Now, as a quick aside, the team behind Death's Door also created Titan Souls, a ridiculously hard action-adventure game that feels very much like the origin story to this game. Titan Souls puts all the chips down on boss fights, so one could imagine the same is going to be true for Death's Door. Titan Souls was a bit of a cult hit, but it wouldn't have amassed the following that it had without near-perfect fundamentals, and the developers have gone on record saying that's a big focus of the gameplay in Death's Door. How does it feel to move, roll, and attack from melee and range, and how do you make sure the entire experience feels perfectly tuned to the player's intuition? From what we've seen, Death's Door keeps the formula relatively simple. You've got your standard melee attack, you've got a bow, which looks to function similarly to that one in Titan Souls, you've got a dodge roll, which we've talked about before, and then you have some other interesting abilities and weapons. The one I'm most intrigued about is the grapple, which allows you to maneuver around the world, but also pulls you towards enemies when you latch onto them. It's not a new concept by any stretch, but in this case, using it for combat and for getting around could help quicken the pace of the game. All of these things come together while exploring the world. The minions of this undying land are small and relatively unimpressive. They'll try and overwhelm you, catch you off guard, you know, the typical stuff. As you fight through minions, you'll also have to solve a variety of puzzles, Zelda style. In fact, that series had a big influence on the development of Death's Door, specifically the gameplay. Everything leading up to this point has been the appetizer for what is arguably the most important aspect of Death's Door, the boss fights. As you can tell by the key art, there are a number of larger-than-life characters and creatures you're gonna have to face, and by all accounts, these battles look incredible. Just the type of action most indie roguelite fans will immediately recognize and want a piece of. As you'd expect, each fight will take place in an arena-style room, and each is designed to push your skills to the absolute limit. Dodging abilities and managing to strike at the precise time is only one piece of the puzzle, as you'll also have to deal with environmental factors like pieces of the room falling apart. Personally, this is what I'm looking forward to most from the game. Don't get me wrong, exploring a vivid handcrafted world is nice, but when push comes to shove, it's all about the action. Since I mentioned a handcrafted world, I also wanted to point out that Death's Door isn't procedurally generated. Everything is designed intentionally, and that is a rather big departure from other games in this genre. It's the reason why Death's Door isn't really considered a roguelike, and it's more of a rogue-adjacent title that combines elements of action and adventure. I think at this point you've seen enough to make the decision about whether or not this game is worth checking out. And to summarize, you play as a crow whose day job it is to reap the souls of beings who just won't seem to die. You'll explore a dark but vivid handcrafted world as you dodge roll your way to victory and take the fight to larger-than-life bosses. So will Death's Door be the indie darling of 2021? Well, time will tell. You don't have to wait long to pick up this game. Death's Door is being released on PC and Xbox platforms for around $20 on July 20th. What do you think of the game so far? For many, I imagine this will be your first time hearing about Death's Door, so share your thoughts in the comment section below and let's get a discussion going. We're huge fans of indie games here at Legacy Gaming, so we're always on the hunt for that next big title. If you did enjoy this video, you can help us out even more by hitting that thumbs up and of course subscribing. It's still the single best way to help channels like ours continue to grow and expand. We also invite you to join us on Discord. We've got an awesome community of around 7,000 members spread across dozens of great games, so check out the link below to join today. Finally, if you enjoy what we're doing here at Legacy Gaming, you can now support us even more. For just a couple of bucks each month, you're helping evolve the channel and take our community to that next level. Check out the join button below to learn more. My name is Codiak, and from everyone here at Legacy Gaming, thanks for watching, and play on.